have the Citroen BX4 TC. Doing a rally build with it. And I've realized that, like, for a minute there I was asking you guys what you thought about certain, like, bands and, like, music groups and stuff. Haven't done that in a while. And, those of you who've been around a while, I'm an older rock and roll man. What do you guys think of the band Santana? That's my question. Let me know down in the comments. But without further ado, yeah, Citroen BX4 TC. I'm gonna give you guys a build, give you guys a tune. We're gonna take it for a spin. Or actually, no. I said that backwards. I'm a little bit out of form with the Cameron build series because I normally drive the cars first to show you what they can do and then give you the build and tune. And it's been a while since I've done Cameron builds. I know I uploaded a video like last week for it, but prior to that it had been a while, I think. And sorry if it sounded a little bit like nasally or congested, and it's because, like, where I live, the weather's starting to change a bit. The sinuses don't really like it. What we're gonna do, we're gonna go around the Horizon, nope, wrong, not you, Horizon Scramble circuit. And yeah, without further ado, let's riff this thing. Headset was kind of tweaking out there for a sec, so I had to adjust that. So as you can tell from the sound of the car, we did an engine swap on it. We did two. I don't know why I keep saying we. When I record, I like to say we, as in, like, referring to myself and you guys, the audience, or you, the viewer, however you prefer me to say that. So, I almost did a barrel roll, but because of me referring to it like that, I kind of do it too wide. Kind of do that when I don't need to, because it was me and me alone who built this car. So yeah. Anyway, so from what you can hear, we 2J swapped it. I'm doing it again. I 2J swapped it, and typically I don't go for the 2J on rally cars, just because with the 2J, the cars get a little twitchy, and they're a little too twitchy for dirt. But given the stiffness of the chassis and the lack of power from the stock engine, we kind of had to engine swap. And the only other engine swap available for this car is the 2JZ. So that's how that happened. And this car behaves a little bit differently than the other rally cars I've built. And it's very stiff, I would say, in the corners. And unless you're putting the power down, like, foot to the floor, this car will not turn. You're gonna get understeer like crazy. But if you just go at it, I'm not even left hand off the controller right now, using the gas pedal to steer it essentially. That's essentially, at least, as if you are not at full throttle. I can't speak English today, apparently. That is my first language and my only language. So yeah. So unless you're at full throttle, the car is not gonna take the corners very well. I think the only corner you don't really have to be at full throttle is this hairpin that's coming up after we go under the bridge. Yeah, you could still take that one pretty So yeah, this is one of those rally cars that kind of lives at the red line, and it's one of the ones it's gonna drive a little wonky if it's not. That's my fault. That's completely my fault. May have overdrove that corner a bit. I took a decent line though, I just overdrove it. One more lap. Yeah, so if you're not at the red line, I mean, you're gonna take corners essentially like that. You're gonna kind of be a little more planted and understeer a little bit, opposed to if you're at the red line, you get to oversteer, which is a little easier to control in my opinion. I would say in most people's opinion, unless you're a madman lunatic. Easier to recover from oversteer than it is understeer, but both are equally dangerous when unexpected. Alright, let's not overdrive this corner. Nice shallow line there. Perfect. Now we're gonna head on into the festival. Don't hit the jump. I hit the giant tire. As good as a drift tap. It didn't break my kill chain. It was a drift tap. It's clean. It's fine. So, moving into the build. Excuse me. No, I can just blink there for a second. So, you want to engine swap it for the Racing 3.0, which is the 2JZ. All-wheel drive drivetrain, which is stock. Leave it as so. Aero, I mean, you can do what you want. I mean, Forza Aero, the front splitter doesn't look awful on this car, but I prefer it without. And I feel like the stock kind of spoiler, I feel like it really gives it that 80s Group B type feel. Rally tire compound. 245mm tires in the front and the back. Wheels, do whatever you want. I have the in the sport rim style, the Momo Heritage 6 wheels. Thought they didn't look terrible on here. From this side view right here, this side view of the car, it kind of looks like, I don't know if it's because the front bumper is kind of blocked off, but especially with these wheels, it looks like the Audi Quattro, but with 4 doors. Wait, that doesn't have 4 doors, right? Okay, so anyway, we'll check that momentarily. You want the second upgraded front track width, which is the middle one, and then you want the max rear track width. Race clutch. Race 7-speed transmission, race driveline, rally differential, race brakes, rally suspension, race front anti-roll bars, race rear anti-roll bars, no roll cage, and race weight reduction. Then you want the race fuel system, race ignition, race valves, race engine block, and finally the sport turbo. Now my reasoning for the sport turbo is because, see, the race turbo bumps you over S2, and because of that you're at 901, so you're at the bare bottom of S2. Like, you are literally barely S2, because 900 is still S1. So it's like, honestly, at that point, you're like so low in S2 that every other S2 car is just gonna blow you out the water. You're basically still in S1. So I would rather be a very high S1 than a very low S2. And not many rally cars are S2 in this game. Most of them are S1 or lower. I see a lot of A-class rally cars. Yeah. So most rally cars are in the 880 range, and I don't know what is going on in the hallway right now. Hopefully my mic is not picking that up. Yeah, most rally cars are in the 880 area, but because the 2J, being the 2J, and also making a staggering 1100 horsepower, gives you that 890 area, but at the cost of some handling. So now it's time to check if the Audi Quattro is two doors. I'm about 99% sure that it is. Okay, yeah, it is. Yeah. I didn't realize how many of these things I had. Got 6 of them. That includes the racing one. Now for the tune. Tire pressure 18.5 front and back. Gearing 2.20 final drive, 4.17 first gear, 2.89 second gear, 2.17 third gear, 1.66 fourth gear, 1.32 fifth gear, 1.07 sixth gear, and 0.85 seventh gear. And I know I changed all of those. That's why I'm announcing them for once. Alignment, negative 0.5 in the front, negative 4.0 in the rear for camber, then toe, positive 0.8 out in front. For the rear, negative 1.0 in, front caster angle of 6.3, anti-roll bars 3710 in the front, 2780 in the rear. And then for the springs, the front 189.6. For the rear, it is 181.4. Ride height is 8.7 in the front, 8.5 in the rear. Damping for your rebound, you want 9.5 in the front, 8.4 in the rear. Bump, 1.9, not 9.1. Excuse me, in the front and 1.7 in the rear. Aero, if you got it, leave it stock. Braking, balance 58% towards the front, 102% pressure. Differential, 100% acceleration, 75 deceleration in the front, 100 acceleration, 80% deceleration in the rear, and a center balance of 68% towards the rear. That was a mouthful. That was a major mouthful. So now, I just want to thank everybody for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. And do some donuts, 'cause that's how we end off all the videos around here. That was a pretty cool 180, I'm not gonna lie. That was pretty sweet. Take the donuts on the road, if we can. This is kind of a narrow road, I don't know if I'm gonna keep it on here. Okay, into the dirt. Alright, once again, thank you for watching, and that is all from me today.